it's Nina and welcome back to my channel. I figured since I've never really done an introduction video on my channel and since it's the new year and I'm back to posting more regularly, this tag would be a great place to start. I will post all of the questions for this tag in the down bar below and try and put timestamps of each one if you are interested. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The question number 1, how long have you been wearing Lolita? I've been wearing Lolita seriously since about 2016 after I went to do study abroad in Japan. I did kind of take a year and a half off in 2018 because that was when I was moving out of my parents' house and just had other expenses that took priority over getting any new pieces for my wardrobe. But in 2020, I got back into the Lolita scene and want to go back to collecting a lot of the older pieces that I had always had in my dream wardrobe. Question number 2, how did you first come across Lolita? I probably must have been either 13 or 14 when I first found out about Lolita. I think at the time I just was looking at websites that kind of chronicled all of the different substyles that there were, and I remember looking at them and thinking, oh, if I dressed in Lolita, I'd be a Shiro Lolita, or I'd be a country Lolita, and it was more of an unobtainable goal for me, just something I could fantasize about, as opposed to something that I thought I could actually have in my future. I think a big part of that was because I didn't really know how to get Lolita besides bodyline, which we will get into later. Number 3, what inspired you to wear Lolita? When I was in Japan, I obviously was a lot closer to Closet Childs and a lot of the flagship stores, so Lolita just became a lot more accessible for me. I also have what I would call my Lolita drag mother in my friend and neighbor Nico, who had already been dressing a Lolita since high school, and they really showed me the ropes and kind of gave me a lot of tough love and making sure I looked presentable. Number 4, what was your first item? So, like I said before, I did know about bodyline in my youth, and my first, technical Lolita piece was this 2-piece all-white dress from them. I will try and find a photo of it if I can. I think I have one at least of me wearing the skirt piece, but I don't think they currently sell it on their website anymore. At that time, I would wear it to things like the Sakura Festival and other places where J fashion was more acceptable. My first brand piece outside of bodyline was the Crad Lanrette Lost in Sea JSK. And I bought this in 2014, not even to wear as a Lolita piece, but just for daily wear because I thought it was so beautiful. And finally, my first piece of Japanese brand was a baby skirt called Strawberry Letters, which I bought in Closet Child in Japan for probably like $20. I don't have any of the pieces I just mentioned. The last one I just sold in my break period of 2018 because it no longer fit me. Number 5, what is your favorite style and why? I would describe my style as a mix of classic and sweet because I like a lot of typical sweet iconography like presents and toys and bows and desserts, but I have a more muted color palette. I say I have a muted color palette, but I'm wearing like a bright pink dress today. For me, this has really led into the subgenre of Lolita dresses that revolve around Christmas-themed prints. Most of my dream dresses have been Christmas prints, and just overall I feel like they capture what I like most in a Lolita print. Question number 7 is, what is your favorite dress and why? And this would be the dress that got me into seriously thinking about restarting my Lolita journey in 2016, and that is the Mary Bunny OP in blue. This dress has a bunch of design elements that I love the most about Lolita dresses. I love the contrasting yoke, much like the dress I'm wearing right now. I love the chiffon sleeves. I love the combination of the bright red with the blue. I think it looks really beautiful. I did own this dress in black, which I got from Closet Child when I was in Japan. And now, since that style no longer fits me, I do own the JSK in blue, which I probably will never sell. It's one of my all-time favorite dresses. What do your friends and family think about you wearing Lolita? I don't even think my parents know that I wear Lolita. Like, I wear the dresses around them at holidays as like typical dressing up attire, but I think since I got a PayPal account for myself when I was a late teenager, they really don't know what I buy for myself most of the time. As for what my friends think and my fiance thinks, I kind of talked about this in my wedding Lolita video, which I will have linked somewhere. And I just think since most of my friends saw me mostly in cosplay, they know that I dress a little outlandishly sometimes. And as for my fiance, I think that she is supportive of this as a hobby, even though she is not into Lolita herself. What is something you wouldn't have experienced if you weren't a Lolita? My friendship with Nico and me getting into Lolita while in Japan just opened up so many opportunities for me. I got to really be immersed in the Japanese street fashion scene that was in Tokyo in a way that I think a lot of foreigners maybe don't have the opportunity to do. It's really given me a sense of community and pride that I don't know if I would have if I didn't join any alternative community at all. What is something that beginner Lolitas should think about? I think starting out, all you really need to do is just build one full cord. Get yourself a head bow, a dress, a petticoat, socks, and shoes, and you are good to go. Once you have this foundation, you can work to get more accent pieces for your wardrobe and build up what you already have. But until you've experienced the full look and worn it out, I don't think you will be able to gauge how comfortable you will feel in it and what to improve on. So for the last question, what are your future plans for Lolita? For me, is to build a more fully wearable Lolita wardrobe, which means for me finding pieces that can complement the dresses that I already have, as well as look for more otomeke and more subtle Lolita dresses to add to my collection. Right now I have a lot of pieces that I feel like are too fancy, quote unquote, for everyday wear, and I feel like people are going to look at the dress oddly or look at me oddly when I'm wearing them. I want to get out of my head more and just wear the dresses if I like them, but at the same time I do want to find pieces that aren't super OTT just on their own. I want more variety in the pieces that I own. For me, I have been interested in maybe getting more into otomeke just because they usually have dresses that have the prints that I love in Lolita but have less design details that make them super over the top and fancy. Part of this journey has been me thinking about how I wanted to have a more well-rounded like Lolita lifestyle and participating in the related hobbies of baking, sewing, and reading. So just basically living the full cottagecore aesthetic. Part of the joys of being an adult is I can do whatever I want with my spare time and my money, so I can really create that dream lifestyle I've always wanted to have for myself. For this channel, I really want to have a cohesive branching network of the full Lolita lifestyle, and I hope to create more content on those topics in the future. If that sounds good to you, I would love to have you consider subscribing and watching more of my videos. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please let me know if you did in the comment section below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!